Rainy and cold Oakland, California for the Raiders and Denver Broncos with Randy Cross, Kevin Harlan. Close to a capacity crowd on a wicked day for football, maybe matching the mood of the Raiders and their fans. About 55 degrees. There is a breeze off the ocean. Light rain forecast for today. The Broncos lost at home to Chicago, a stunning loss, 19-10. The Raiders lost at Kansas City, 27-24. Sebastian Janikowski kicks off to Chris Cole, and here we go from Oakland, bobbling it at the goal line. It's Cole, brought down by Clarence Love, and Sharon Pearson, a 20-yard return to the 20-yard line. Jake Plummer is the NFL's fifth-rated quarterback, and since his return from injury has thrown 4 touchdowns and 1 pick. The left tackle Ephraim Salah, but Blake Brockermeyer will see time there as well. And they need more from their talented young wide receiver Ashley Lilly, who has caught just 12 passes over the last 5 games from the 20. 1st and 10. Beast 43 defense for the Raiders. And Plummer goes right to work. The Portis to his hands, dropped incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Now for the Raider defense coming in. Number 29 in the NFL, Lorenzo Bromell, was signed off the street a couple weeks ago. Starts today at end. He's played with the Dolphins and Vikings. The leader is middle linebacker, make it outside linebacker, Eric Barton. And injuries in the secondary force changes. Rookie quarterback Asamoah makes his first start at safety, replacing the veteran Rod Woodson. 2nd down and 10 from the Denver 20-yard line. It's Clinton Portis who slips as he tries to cut, and down he goes. Rod Coleman taps him. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 10.
We've already seen sort of a little theme that's going to go on the rest of this day, Kevin. 1, ball handling. Not only the kickoff, but the first pass on the Portis. Bobbled, dropped, sloppy conditions. You're not used to the sloppy conditions. The ball's wet. It's a little bit cooler here. The surface is slippery. This game's going to be all about poise and ball control and ball maintenance.
They're calling Denver for too many on the field in the huddle, and they'll march him back to the 15-yard line. There's Mike Shanahan, who is in his 9th season with the Broncos, who has been battling a cold and the flu this week.
Not to mention being 6-5.
Yes, which is about as bad as having a cold.
Other than that, Mike, how's your week?
5 in the secondary for the Raiders. A lineup with 4 on the line. 5 receivers for Jake Plummer. 3rd and 15. And here comes Bromell, and there goes the pass. It's maybe scooped in by Rod Smith, and they call it a catch. A first down to the 35. It's a gain of 20 on 3rd and 15.
And you see the value of a Jake Plummer and what he adds to this offense is his ability to get out and make things happen. And for me, his ability to go to his left and make things happen really make him special. That ball is caught by Rod Smith. The arms are under the ball, and it's all set up by Jake Plummer's ability to get out of that pocket and buy some extra time. McCaffrey along with Smith are the receivers. 1st and 10. That's drones in motion. Portis getting the call and brought down by the rookie Tyler Brayton. No gain. 2nd down and 10. Well, we've seen the Denver Broncos so far go left, 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 and left, and a lot of it has to do with the rookie Tyler Brayton lining up there at the right defensive end for the Raiders. He alternates between he and Akbar Bajabiamila, and teams go after the young guys. Not only do they go after the young guys, is when they do run away, they're looking for that young player's discipline. So they're going to test you coming at you, then they're going to test your discipline when you run away and try to set you up on a reverse.
Lilly, Smith, and McCaffrey the wideout. 2nd down 10. Portis in the backfield from the Bronco 35. Harris is offsides as Portis got the call and grinds his way for a couple yards, and the stop came from Harris, but looked like he jumped at that outside position.
That's one of the things the Raiders are doing defensively. Their coordinator, Chuck Bresnahan, said, we like to be able to get Harris out of the middle at Mike, put him at Sam, enables us to bring him.
Offside, number 58, defense, 5 yards. Repeat 2nd down.
So Harris picks it up, and there is Chuck Bresnahan, who is also the defensive coordinator under former coach John Gruden.
I mean, he's kind of a defensive Chucky too.
Yeah,
you know, Chucky was a
very good
nickname
comparison
for John Gruden, and he's a Gruden kind of a coach. Very demonstrative, and he has that kind of defense. I think if you had one thing to say about this Raider team, despite the injuries, they're playing right now with a lot of guts.
Second down, 5. From the 40, Brayton again is there as he devours Portis. A loss of 2, back to the 38.
And Tyler Brayton, the young defensive end, like I said, people run at you, they're going to test you, but he handles Carswell extremely well. And not letting people get that hook, getting that edge on you, is what the rookie from Colorado has been concentrating a lot on.
Says Trace Armstrong has really helped develop him as a player.
In a lot of ways. On the field, off the field. Even goes to the veteran for a little financial advice, but the football advice right now is something you can use a lot more on the field.
5 in the secondary, 3rd down 7, 38-yard line of Denver. Plummer slips and down he goes. Charles Woodson crashing through, touching him, given the sack. And the Broncos have got a punt with the loss of 7, back to the 31.
And finally, the Raiders get a little something out of a defensive back blitz. Woodson's going to come in this way. Watch him come in underneath. That is an excellent blitz called by Chuck Bresnahan, the defensive coordinator, and good execution. Wait until the last second by Woodson.
Mike Inor to punt, and Philip Buchanan is deep back. And about the 24-yard line for Buchanan, hit by Keith Burns and spun down 33-yard line after a 46-yard punt and an 11-yard return. 33-year-old Rick Meyer has played well, replacing the injured Marcus Tuiasosopo, who is replacing the injured and reigning NFL MVP Rich Gannon. Left tackle Barry Sims, the only offensive lineman to start every game this season for the Raiders, and running back Tyrone Wheatley has become the workhorse in the backfield, 186 yards over the last 2 games.
That's been the story of their offense, has been running the ball, and there's Rod Woodson on injured reserve. One of the true older warriors with this Raider team, just couldn't stay on the field any longer.
It's at the Raider 34, Meyer under center, Barrett Robbins, and it's 1st and 10 with Crockett in the backfield and in motion. Tyrone Wheatley hit by Sykes and brought down, 36-yard line and a gain of 2. Now the Denver defense, number 2 in the NFL, in line with Trevor Price, the Pro Bowler, and 2 sacks a week ago against the Chicago Bears. Middle linebacker Al Wilson leads the Broncos in tackles, but is battling a neck injury, not 100%. And Kelly Herndon is one of 2 undrafted cornerbacks that start for Denver. 2nd down 7 from the 37 of the Raiders. Wheatley again.
Hey,
Grabbed onto by Nick Ferguson on a gain of 4. He's to the 41. And we welcome you to the Coliseum here in Oakland. A rainy day, 55 degrees. Broncos at 6-5. Raiders at 3-8. Oakland has punted on their first possession. This is the first Raider possession today. 3rd and 3 at the Oakland 41. 5 in the secondary for the Broncos. Charlie Garner gets the pitch. First time he's carried the ball today. And out of bounds. Forced by Lenny Walls. And close to a first down. Let's see where they're going to mark him. At the 42, it looks like a couple yards shy, and they're going to have to punt. And there you can look at the landscape of the NFL in the opening games.
And this one, you coming into it, you'd think, hey, we've got a high-tech offense in Oakland. If you haven't seen the Raiders in a while, we've got a high-tech offense in Denver, so this should be a shootout, right? Well, first of all, we got sloppy conditions, so it's going to be a field, really a ball control field position game. Secondly, both these teams now are based in the running game. We're going to see a lot of running, not that much passing, and we will see a lot of turnovers.
Here is the #1 punter in the NFL, Shane Leckler, and he knifes this ball toward Deltha O'Neal. Fair caught back at the 12-yard line, a 47-yard boot by the best in the business, Shane Leckler, with no score.
Raider Nation, baby. Welcome to Oaktown, baby.
Life is measured not so much by what you do as by what you do for others. For almost 2 decades, the people of Southwest Airlines have helped make the Ronald McDonald House a home away from home for seriously ill children and their families. Here's to the special spirit that brings us all together. The spirit of hope.
It's true, my husband was brought up by wolves. But, you know, in most ways, he's pretty normal. He likes kicking back and watching a movie with us. Sweetie, it's on the DVD. And, you know, he loves to be outdoors, so we bought a Honda Pilot. And we take it camping almost every weekend. You know, it helps him to reconnect.
The Pilot, built by Honda. I know a little something about making good moves. Make your move. Talk to your doctor about Viagra today.
To learn more, race over to Viagra.com.
If men are so insensitive, why do they need 9 personal comfort settings? Spectra from Norelco. Ultra close, ultra comfortable. Guaranteed.
What did Mike Wallace say to Lawrence Taylor, one of the most fearsome players in football history, that made him cry? 60 Minutes tonight.
Monday, Howard Stern's got new Dad Dave in the hot seat.
I can't picture you, like, changing diapers. Will you do that? No. You won't.
Monday on The Late Show.
These teams have already played Monday night in September. Broncos crushing the Raiders. This is the second possession for Denver today. 12-yard line after the punt, 1st and 10. And the handoff to Portis, brought down by Brayton, sliding near the 15-yard line. And on the play, it is a gain of a couple yards. Uh-oh, standing up here, aren't I? With Randy Cross, Kevin Harlan, as we're doing a little dance. And that's what these two teams are trying to do against each other today.
Well, the great thing about the AFC West is they have the really living, breathing, official rivalries. They really don't like each other. That's what the thing's about for the Raiders. The Raiders want to ruin the Broncos' seasons. For the Broncos, you know what this is about? I've got to win the next 4 out of 5 minimum. I got to get to that 10-win level.
Slipping again is Portis on 2nd and 7. Chris Cooper was the first to get a hand on him, and he slides his way for a gain of 4 to the 19.
And you can see why. Denver sitting there at 6 and 5 are kind of a token addition almost at 6 and 5. They need to be 7 and 5, get up there near Baltimore, because it's not hard to figure out. You look at those teams in front of them, 10 wins is a minimum.
An extra defensive back has been put in by the Raiders. McCaffrey is a receiver for the Broncos with Lee and Smith in the slot. Portis in the backfield, 3rd and 3 from the 20 of the Broncos. The fake and bootlegging is Plummer, chased by Brake, diving to the 20-yard line, 2 yards shy of a first down, and they've got a punt.
Remember I told you about that testing the rookie and how you run at him, then you go away from him, and you see how his discipline is? Look how disciplined Brayton is. He doesn't over-pursue. He runs up the field. He cuts off Rod Smith on his route. That's who Jake Plummer wanted to go to. That was a veteran play by Brayton.
And a sack for Brayton, too. The second sack turned in by the Raider defense. Mike Orr, the punt, and it's blocked. It's blocked by O.J. Santiago.
Out of the end zone.
There's a safety. O.J. Santiago hit the block. He blocked a punt against Denver earlier. He's done it again against the Broncos. That's the second block of Denver punter Mike Orr this season.
And the kicking game and special teams went a long way towards contributing last week to the Denver Broncos' abysmal loss to Chicago. Just right in the center. Watch the pressure come right up the middle. 83 is Santiago. He almost overruns him. He's so clear. He smothers that ball.
It's 2-0 the Raiders.
All right, here we go. On 3. 1. I got
The CR-V from Honda. For the way.
Here's some of the greatest moments in all of sports happen right here on Fox.
Down the left field line, is it enough?
Oh, anything for you, baby. I'd give you the moon, the stars, and the ultimate love potion. Ice cold Bud Light.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Don't worry, I got him. Ooh.
Feeling trapped because you're attached to your... Take your number to a better place. Join T-Mobile, the fastest growing wireless company, and get 3-day weekends.
T-Mobile, get more.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Friendly, nonstop service all across the country. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom. T-Mobile, get more minutes, more features, more service. And by Gap, give it, get it.
That's a pretty look at Lake Merritt earlier today. Now the free kick by Mike Anor. And Philip Buchanan from the 22-yard line for the Raiders, who just got a safety on a block punt, and Sykes, along with Rutledge, bring down Buchanan, a 17-yard return. Timeout.
Just a little love. Think of your fellow man. Lend him a helping hand. Put a little love in your hand. Put a little love. And the world will be a better place. And the world will be so beautiful now for you and me. You just wait and see.
It's true, my husband was brought up by wolves. But, you know, in most ways, he's pretty normal. We like kicking back and watching a movie with us. Sweetie, it's on the DVD. And, you know, he loves to be outdoors, so we bought a Honda Pilot. And we take it camping almost every weekend. You know, it helps him to reconnect.
The Pilot, built by Honda.
Every Sunday, these bold warriors meet in a quest for glory. Proud gladiators whose game is equal parts preparation
Cook 'em, baby!
and passion. When men become myths and moments become legend. The game is tailgating. The cola is Pepsi. It's the cola.
Wednesday, Doug's wife is out of work.
Have you ever considered dancing exotically?
So, what you been up to?
Dr. Phil confronts giant babies. Sweet!
Nothing.
I am finding myself.
Here you are, right in there. I found you. Now make some chicken. All new King of Queens, CBS Wednesday.
46-year-old Bill Callahan's second season as the Raider coach. Took him to a Super Bowl last year. It's 1st and 10, 37-yard line. Wheatley gobbled up by Sykes. Gain of 2, and he's up to the 40-yard line. A block punt moments ago by the Raiders out of the end zone. A safety and 2 points.
2 looks here. Watch O.J. Santiago come from this direction. Almost overruns Micah Noor. See how far in he got there? In fact, he gets in there so far. His hands are out in front, but look at what he blocks it with. He blocks it with his right knee. Blocks that ball out of bounds.
That's penetration.
And you saw that 5 blocks by not Micah Noor. That tells you something about a slow setup for a kicker.
2nd down, 8. Crockett in the backfield with Hetherington. It's Zach Crockett, brought down by Donnie Sprague, who played at nearby Stanford. A gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
And anytime you get a former Bay Area player or any player that gets to go home, that means two things: a little extra motivation and a little less money in your pocket at the end of the week. Because family, they want tickets, and friends want tickets, and Donnie Spragan said it cost him about 30 of them today.
5 in the secondary, 3rd and 6, Raider 42. Garner in the backfield. Porter's the third receiver. Rick Meyer running up, has got a first down, sliding by midfield, and picks up 8, scrambling on 3rd and 6.
And that was just good awareness by Rick Meyer in the pocket, knowing where he had to go. Not only the opening that forms here, but watch the coverage drop back into a zone coverage and leave that whole Raider helmet pretty much empty in the middle. See, there's nobody around the Raider helmet in the middle. Rick Meyer sees that opening and just runs up through it.
Raiders haven't passed the ball yet. 50-yard line, 1st and 10. Fake to Wheatley, and it's Meyer. First pass, caught by Tim Brown. Grabbed by Kelly Herndon. Out of bounds at the Denver 28. It's a catch and run of 22 yards. And now Tim Brown has caught a pass in 167 consecutive games.
Yeah, we talked to Kanoy Kennedy yesterday, and he says, you know, back in the day, you worried about Tim Brown and Jerry Rice running away from you and getting behind you, but not anymore. Well, comments like that make you wonder then, how come they're always open on crossing patterns? Because older guys that have slowed down only really have hooks and crossing patterns to run, but somehow these two guys keep getting open.
Ball's touching the 28, 1st and 10. Zach Crockett gets the call, slipped as he tried to cut, and he's just touched by Reggie Hayward. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And follow the playoff race with our exclusive projected seeds, brackets, and all the playoff scenarios. Just click on playoff race at CBSSportsline.com. And this, the last weekend in November, is the time when you really start to think of the postseason.
That's when the tough teams start rising to the top. Those are the teams I like. I think Baltimore's a team you better keep a real close eye on.
Garner in the backfield, 2nd and 10. Bronco 28, outside onto the reach of Rice. Well and back as Meyer threw almost an uncatchable pass. It'll be 3rd and 10.
It was out of the reach of Rice, but it was almost in the reach of Lenny Walls, number 635 at corner.
A one-time free agent, rookie free agent.
Now look at Rick Meyer. You know, Rick Meyer, is he the next veteran quarterback getting his shot who's going to be able to exploit it and be at one place now for a little while? He's played very well the last 3 weeks leading this offense.
Bronco 28, 3rd down and 10, and 6 in the secondary, and a drop ball to Garner, coverage by Donnie Spragan. And so now it is 4th down. And looks like they're going to bring out Sebastian Janikowski and try for 3.
Well, here's Jerry Rice, top of the screen, working against Lenny Walls. Good inside move. He's open. See, that's the stuff that drives receivers nuts, because most receivers say they're open. When Jerry Rice says he's open, he's usually right.
46-yard try by Sebastian Janikowski. Snap will come from Adam True. Held by the punter, Shane Lecker. And this has got the distance, and through the rain of the Bay Area, puts 3 more on the board for the Oakland Raiders.
Kevin, that's what helps. When you're a little heavier kicker, you have ballast. That plant leg doesn't move.
Right. Plant. Good point.
There first, where no sports sedan has been before. The all-new 270 horsepower Acura TL, a higher form of performance.
Just stop. That's not on anybody's list.
Hectic holiday shopping can wear you down, so Staples makes it simple with digital and technology gifts that are easy to buy. And right now, Staples.com orders are delivered free. Holiday gifts at Staples. That was easy.
Feeling trapped because you're attached to your wireless number? Take your number to a better place. Join T-Mobile, the fastest growing wireless company, and get 3-day weekends.
T-Mobile, get more.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Staples. That was easy. And by A Diamond is Forever. This Christmas, celebrate her.
I wonder if they had a good Thanksgiving.
I wonder if he was trying to wear that mask and eat. See, there's Janikowski. What I was talking about, I'm not trying to say he's kind of a chubby guy, but Janikowski's got good ballast. He's got a big legs, big lower body. He plants on the ground, and his foot doesn't move.
And here comes Janikowski's kickoff after his 46-yard field goal. Chris Cole at the 4-yard line for Denver. Finds a seam, and from behind he is brought down by Sharon Pearson, who was just signed a couple weeks ago. A 31-yard return. And Thursday on Survivor, 3 episodes left. Critics say this is the most surprising season yet. And now, with the fight to make the Final Four, immunity is crucial. Survivor returns all new on its regular night, Thursday, 8/7 Central here on CBS. Down 5-0 are the Denver Broncos. A safety after a block punt and a field goal, and they've got it 1st and 10. Good beginning position at their 35. And Plummer right to work on 1st down and throws, and it's caught by McCaffrey working on Buchanan. 50-yard line, gain of 15 yards, and a Bronco 1st down.
If you're a Bronco fan, you're watching this game right now going, finally, we got some Ed McCaffrey. What a great addition back into this offense he'll be if he can run now. He told us this week it was the first week he's practiced and actually been able to run patterns in practice. Had about a 25% tear in his quadricep tendon, quadricep muscle in his thigh, and is just now getting to where he can run.
Broncos have gone to 2 tight ends. Smith, their lone wide receiver. 1st down, drones in motion. Portis in the backfield. 1st down and 10 handoff. And Portis grabbed by Barton, and he is ahead for 5 to the 45.
There's a lot of ingredients as to what happens with this Denver football team, but number one has been they were planning on Jake Plummer for the whole season. They were planning on Jake Plummer being really the big difference maker, and with his injury and what happened, you see the results they got as far as winning out of the backup quarterbacks. You're 1-3. Jake was 5-2, probably a game he should have won there against Kansas City. Same deal with the Raiders.
2 tight ends, base 43 defense for the Raiders. 1st down, they get 2nd down and 5, and they go outside to Drones, who makes the catch at about the 40-yard line, hit by Harris and knocked out of bounds and close to a 1st down. Let's see where they spot it.
Did you see Shannon Sharp? Now, somebody there ran a route a little bit wrong. I'm not going to say they were wrong. Maybe they were just incorrect, because Shannon Sharp was right in the exact same area. In fact, he almost tipped that ball so that Drones couldn't even catch it. You don't design plays with a tight end about 10 feet away from your fullback. See, watch, here's what I'm talking about. See, there's Shannon Sharp. He's trying to get that ball and tip it.
They got Lee and Smith as receivers. 39, 1st and 10. The flag is thrown, and Portis the call, and a tackle made by Barton after a gain of 4 to the Raider 35.
Yeah, that was inside. Coleman, 57, reacting to that bark of Jake Plummer, which he's got one of those. He can draw people off.
Bears were victims of it a couple times last week.
Offside, number 57, defense, 5 yards, still 1st down.
You talk about, famous quarterbacks, and Bill Callahan has got a team that's susceptible to being called offsides there by quarterbacks with number of penalties they have. But John Elway was great at that. Montana was great at that. Dan Marino back in the studio at the NFL Today was great at that. And it's something that Jake Plummer's picked up over the years and really gotten excellent.
1st and 5, Raider 34. Drones in the backfield now in motion. It's a handoff to Portis. Runs his way into Coleman, and Tyler Brayton just brings him down hard with no gain at the 34-yard line. 7 carries and 11 yards for Clinton Portis today.
And so far, young Tyler Brayton has done things correctly. Early on, I mentioned they're going to go at you, they're going to test you. They've gone at him, and they haven't gotten much. Tyler Brayton makes the play, doesn't let Carswell hook him here, makes another play. We all saw that play. He didn't react too far down. Was able to get Clinton Portis. Was able to cover Rod Smith and not let Jake Plummer throw it to him on that one pass earlier also.
2nd and 5. Raider 34. 2 tight ends. Portis grabbed by Johnson. Tim Johnson. Gain of 3 to the 31.
This is the pace. This is the kind of offense, in my opinion, Denver should be the most comfortable with. It's got that running rhythm. It's got that very aggressive nature. You've got a line that dances well together. Not the behemoths of the Raiders that are just going to, earth move you out of there. This is a very good offensive line. You run the ball well, and you got one of the fastest backs in the NFL in Clinton Portis.
3rd and 2. Raider 31. Papers in the backfield with Portis, who gets the call, banged his way into Cooper, brought down by Coleman. And he's just inside the 30, but not enough for a first down. A gain of about a yard, and now it is 4th down. And we'll see where the spot is, but the ball is basically inside the 30. But he's got to get to the 29.
Well, you've got plenty of time on the play clock. If you decide you want to kick into the other end zone, the quarter will end before you actually have to hit the ball, but I don't see any real advantage. You look at the flags on the goalpost. There is no win, but Mike Shanahan's going to let his team walk to the other side, and we are going to kick this in the other direction.
A safety and a field goal, and the Raiders on top 5-0 over the Denver Broncos at the end of 1. We'll return to Oakland after this message.
In your eyes, there's only one woman in the world. This Christmas, celebrate her. A diamond is forever.
Dave. Brian. Are these your consultants? They're providing an ongoing assessment.
We're on a standardized Dell Linux solution. PowerEdge servers, Intel Xeon processors.
What about assessment? Validation, deployment.
Dell's services are proven and scalable end to end. They're customer-centric.
We're more contractually inseparable.
Manage your enterprise for less with the flexibility of Dell products and services. Call or go online today.
The sharpness of titanium. Now available in the new Remington Titanium series. The only shaver with titanium-coated trimmer blades for a shave that's incredibly close and comfortable.
Stop! Pull up your badge! Man, he got a gun! Shoot him!
Buy the 2-disc DVD with turbocharged special features. Bad Boys 2. Own it December 9th on DVD.
Now show him your badge!
Hundreds of supermodels.
Heidi Klum.
One untouchable killer.
You can't arrest me.
It could only be CSI Miami. Our hit and run is now a murder.
When I saw that girl fly through the air, that was sick.
I'm not done with you. It's all here, CBS Monday.
And we start the second quarter with the Denver Broncos going 4th down and 1. 30-yard line of Oakland. Portis and Jones in the backfield. Clinton Portis hit by Coleman, then gets the first down as he dug his way to the 28 on a gain of 2.
I really like that decision by Mike Shanahan. 4th and short. You got a kicker like Elam. He's got a little bit of a leg twinge, so he doesn't have the range he would normally have. You've got a good offensive line. And look at the lower body strength of Portis. Once that first contact is made by Coleman, he just keeps right on driving well past that first down sign.
Good looking drive so far. 8th play of the drive coming up. About 5 minutes on the clock. Romelo's on the defensive line with Coleman, Cooper, and Brayton. Timeout taken by the Denver Broncos. So they burn their first, and Plummer with a trot to the sideline, trying to get on the board, down 5-0.
This holiday season, put up lights and don't take them down. Put on a warm coat and leave it on. And keep your holiday centerpiece up all year. At At the Home Depot, we're more than a store. We're your home for holiday inspiration. And we'll help you approach decorating a little differently this holiday season with the best selection of decorations that'll last all year. So deck your halls and leave them decked. The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
I would have gone vanilla with that sweater.
Ice cream, $3.
I think I would have parked a little closer.
Gas, $22.
Whoa. I think...
Haircut, $30.
What? I would have looked out for the water main. But that's just me.
Monday morning quarterbacks, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
I would have double-bagged it.
Yeah, things are under control here. Yeah, we had popcorn for dinner. No, popcorn chicken from KFC. It is so not a nugget.
KFC's popcorn chicken is 100% chicken breast. To get an individual for $1.99 or party size for $6.99, you got a KFC What's Cooking.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3, rated M for mature.
Survivor Thursday. He calls himself Johnny Fairplay.
I'm much more than just a pretty face.
But little Johnny doesn't play fair.
Every time a plan went down, you put it together.
Lying and cheating from day one. Will someone finally take him down?
We'll get John, because John is just like a girl.
An all-new Survivor, CBS Thursday.
This week on NFL.com, Art Shell talks about the tremendous job head coach Marvin Lewis is doing in Cincinnati. It's on NFL.com or NFL on AOL. It is a first down after the timeout, 28-yard line. Two wide receivers. Carswell is the tight end around to Lee, smelled out by Harris. Brought down by Philip Buchanan. A loss to the 32 and a loss of 4.
Well, I've talked about it earlier, Kevin. You run at somebody like Tyler Brayton, you go the other way and you test them. What are they doing backside? Here's backside, there's Harris, there's Brayton. They're not overbiting, and they're just sitting at home waiting for the lead. Harris is on the outside. There comes Brayton flying over the pile. Excellent defense.
32-yard line, second down 14. Dorsett is in with Shaw and Asamoah and Woodson in the secondary. Shaw is at the corner for Buchanan. Second and 14. Right through the hands of Barton and incomplete downfield for Lee. It'll be third down.
You know, football teams develop personalities, and Denver's personality is they strike early and they score a lot in the first quarter. They've outscored their opponents by 42 points in the first quarter. This game, they don't even score. Now they're driving in, and Barton almost gets himself an interception.
Now there'll be 6 in the secondary for the Oakland Raiders. 1 linebacker and 4 defensive linemen. It is third and 14 from the Raider 32.
Keep an eye on McCaffrey in the right slot.
5 receivers deployed. Here comes Plummer's got to get to the 18, and Plummer on the move and pushed out of bounds. Barton and Charles Woodson in a late shot in the flank. 8-yard gain when he needed 6 more. 14 all told, but a flag on the side.
It's going to be a late hit. Jake Plummer was almost out of the white when he was hit there.
Wow. Is he the only quarterback like he is?
Unnecessary roughness. Late hit out of bounds. Number 50, defense. Half the distance to the goal. It's an automatic first down.
I mean, I can't think of another quarterback in the league like Plummer.
Well, I can. I had Steve McNair and...
But he didn't run as much anymore.
Donovan McNabb, and, well, they don't run that much because they've got all their weapons around him. Jake Plummer doesn't have all his weapons around him. The receiving core, to me, is the biggest deficiency on this football team.
Well, Chuck Bresnahan says that there aren't many like him.
Well, there are. There really are.
Remember, Gannon used to run a lot here, too, early on, then stopped doing it the last couple of years. First and 10 at the 12. Portis and Jones in the backfield, 2 tight ends, including Shannon Sharp. That's Smith on the move, and Plummer under Nalen, the fake, and some play action with the bootleg. And Plummer chased by Coleman, throws and caught by Jones, who's hit by Shaw and caught by Johnson and takes it to the 6 on a gain of 5. Flag is down.
Flag thrown by Chad Brown, our umpire, right in the middle, and he does nothing but concentrate on the lineman, and we're going to get an illegal receiver downfield.
That guy's big enough to be the real NFL player, Chad Brown with Seattle. He's a big one.
He can screen a few people off.
He
that's
can.
For sure.
That's exactly right.
Number 78, illegally downfield. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And you talk about an umpire, and on a play like that, as action goes away, he's looking for holding, he's looking for clips, but he's also looking right down the line of scrimmage, trying to see if there's a lineman that gets out too far down the line of scrimmage. Here, watch right there. See the low clip? Not bad, but Leftis is downfield when he does it, and Chad Brown, the umpire, caught him.
17 of the Raiders. 1st and 15, 6 defensive backs. Plummer caught by McCaffrey, slanting at the 9. Touched by Love, gain of 9. They'll mark him at the 8. You thought he wasn't touched, but he was indeed down at the 8-yard line.
That's the thing about being down. You don't exactly have to nail somebody. Just look for any contact. Brush on a leg, brush by a hand, down,
yep, touch. That's right there by Barton.
Eric Barton puts both hands in the middle of his back.
I like his perseverance, though.
That's what happens when you haven't played much.
That's right.
You're Ed McCaffrey and you had a chance to make too many plays. You make plays after you had a chance to make a play. You're already down and you're trying to make another one.
2nd down and 6. 12th play of the drive.
And if you have a Shannon Sharp who is dinged, you know, he's playing with separated rib cartilage. He's shooting that up before the game so he can play. But you've got it at McCaffrey. You've got Smith. You've got LeLay. You've got big physical wide receivers. So you can still run a lot of the same things you would normally run with Sharp, but you can use a receiver to do them.
Again, the Raiders, 6 defensive backs, 1 linebacker, 4 linemen. It is 2nd and 6 at the Raider 8.
And if you're Denver, you want a spread formation here, because if you run, that leaves more field for Clinton Portis to run in.
One tight end is Sharp. They've got McCaffrey, Smith, and Lee with Portis in the backfield and Plummer under Nalen. And the handoff to Portis, following the block of Neal to the 3, and very close to a first down on a grinding gain of 5.
Well, the heart of that offensive line, I mean, the real strength of the Denver offensive line is in the center. You know, Tom Nalen is right now, and has been for the last couple of years, I think probably the best in the league. On one side is Dan Neal. On the other side is Ben Hamilton. Real technicians, but very deceivingly physical. They're not huge. There's not a lineman on this team that's over 300. Salam there is the closest at 295, but they're technically sound, and they're excellent drive blockers in these situations.
3rd and a long 1. Long drive, 2 from the 3. The fake. They've got Sharp wide open for a touchdown from Plummer up 4 yards. And Denver's on top for the first time today.
For those of you that like these so-called, and I'm not a big fan of the term, but the West Coast offense, and Chuck Bresnahan, the defensive coordinator for the Raiders, isn't a big fan of the West Coast offense, but I saw Jerry Rice and 49er receivers do this for the last 3 decades. You start in motion, you come back the other way, your guy that's covering you gets lost in traffic, and it's an easy touchdown.
Playing with a rib cartilage separation, the veteran Shannon Sharp, and the extra point is up and in by Elam. Gets the catch. He is #1 all time among NFL tight ends in receptions, yards, and now touchdowns. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
And he's Jake's new best friend.
New plant location? San Diego. San Diego.
The ocean.
The sun.
The people.
A problem.
Problem?
Prices.
Big problem. Solution?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Good paper.
Best paper.
Pittsburgh paper. Perfect. Pursue the potential Pittsburgh property pronto. Let's eat.
Nextel walkie-talkies get it done.
Hey, Bob. You get a new haircut?
No.
Hey, Bob.
Hey.
Find out if a free sample is right for you.
Did you just...
Introducing the Wild Mountain Combos from Wendy's. A hot, smoky Southwestern pepper sauce, Colby Jack, and bacon on a juicy hamburger or on Wendy's spicy chicken filet. Now that's something to remember. Wendy's, it's better here.
On a special Tuesday Jag, you've heard smoking is deadly, but did one sailor's habit
He left the radar console so he could grab a cigarette.
kill another?
His culpable negligence was the cause of a shipmate's death.
She's after this guy with a vengeance.
I want this guy for manslaughter.
An all-new Jag, CBS Tuesday.
8.5-minute drive. Shannon Sharp with a 4-yard touchdown reception. Broncos on top for the first time, 7-5. And Mike Orr will kick it off for Denver. Deep back, Doug Gabriel at about the 14, the end around, and it goes to Alvis Whitted, who is brought down by Rutledge.
A little slip there.
Yes.
Kind of brings mind with Thanksgiving last Thursday, the way he slipped with his legs like that. Want a wishbone? Make a wish.
What if the NFL was on demand? NFL on demand. Every play, every player, every game on demand. The Ice Bowl. The Ice Bowl. The guarantee. The drive, the catch, the Immaculate reception? Yeah, the Immaculate reception. Let's call the NFL. We're gonna be rich.
They're already working on it.
They are?
Yeah.
Well, that's a buzzkill.
My name's Bond.
James Bond.
20 movies. 3 gift sets. Only 1 Bond. Own the entire DVD collection now.
The beautiful 4-carat diamond bracelet, just $6.99. All year, she takes your breath away. This year, return the favor. Zales, making moments last a lifetime.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by IBM, official information technology partner of the NFL. The James Bond DVD collection, available now. And by Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Cold, down, easy.
Festive Jack London Square here in Oakland with Randy Cross, Kevin Harlan. Touchdown pass to Sharp moments ago. The kickoff takes the Raiders to the 22, and Whitley on 1st and 10, corkscrews free, and on the fly and chased by Spencer, and hit by Walls and out of bounds at the 36. A 36-yard gallop, a season long, and a first down for the Raiders.
There's Tyrone Whitley taking advantage of the Denver defense and the poor tackling inside. Missed tackle, good, powerful, strong running. Kanoy Kennedy kind of goes to try to pull his flag off, and his flag doesn't come off, so I guess he doesn't go down. That's something that's just absolutely rampant in this league, is bad technique and execution in tackling.
Porter's on the move from the 36. Zach Crockett, 1st and 10. Runs into the teeth of that defense. Price was there along with Sprague, a gain of about 2.
Now here's the theory. Terrence Shaw, and there's Sharp. Now watch him go in motion. Now watch Shaw having to come back through all those linebackers. As soon as he saw Shaw go in motion, he knew he had a matchup with Shannon Sharp in man, and Jake Plummer saw him get caught up and had an easy pass to his tight end.
Raiders have scored on a safety and a 46-yard field goal. Broncos scored last time they had it. 8.5-minute drive. The big Wheatley run, 2nd down and 8 from the Denver 34. Brown in motion. Rick Meyer, great time. He'll run. He's got to get to the 26. Chased by Herndon, breaks that tackle. Gets by Al Wilson, runs out of bounds near the 30-yard line. A gain of 3. Let's take you to New York in Jim Nance.
All right, thank you there, Kev. And Kansas City, home sweet homes twice. He has found the end zone already. 14-0 Kansas City at San Diego. Let's go back to Kevin and Randy.
That 10-1 record, Jim, thank you very much. The best record in the NFL right now. And the Chiefs have never been 11-1.
And Priest Holmes widens his lead over almost every other team in the NFL in touchdown runs.
Third down, short 5, Bronco 31, empty backfield, Rice in motion. Meyer looking for his secondary receiver. He's hit by Spragan. Downfield looking for Porter, covered by Walls and Kenoy. Kennedy, incomplete pass.
Yeah, so far no catches for Jerry Porter, and that may have been the first pass they've even thrown in Jerry Porter's direction, but he's not the same Jerry Porter. You know, the Jerry Porter that Rick Meyer is playing with is not the same Jerry Porter that Gannon played with last year. He had the double hernia surgery. He doesn't have the quickness. He doesn't have the speed and the pop in the way he runs his routes.
Well, we can see that Sebastian Janikowski has a 48-yard field goal ahead of him, which means he's about 65% good from this range. He's already booted one today, and he nails that. That could have gone about 65.
It isn't for lack of leg. You've got to get pressure inside because a kick like that's coming out like a low bullet, and that's exactly what that was.
Oakland Raiders are back on top of the Denver Broncos by 1.
Just stop. That's not on anybody's list.
Hectic holiday shopping can wear you down, so Staples makes it simple with digital and technology gifts that are easy to buy. And right now, Staples.com orders are delivered free. Holiday gifts at Staples. That was easy.
So we're all set for Hawaii. Flight, hotel. Hey, look, we can book surfing lessons.
I've always wanted to try that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Am I doing this right?
Perfect.
Really?
You're natural. Or we can go horseback riding.
Okay.
Activities, another way Expedia helps you create the trip that's right for you.
Expedia.com.
Sometimes you need a little help staying in the game. Introducing new Levitra. It's a new choice, and it's here now. Ask your doctor if the free sample is right for you. Ask about new Levitra.
Steak and mushrooms. He likes a little blue cheese. I like skillet sensations. They're back at Applebee's.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Rich Eisen, behind the scenes, only on the NFL Network.
CBS Sports, home of the NCAA Basketball Championship.
Or Medici.
Chris Cole has a rib injury. His return is questionable, so they've got Chris Cole out, and they've got Ruben Drones, the fullback, in. After the Janikowski 48-yard field goal, the ensuing kickoff, and from the 8-yard line comes Ruben Drones. Still on his feet, and finally Sharon Pearson brings him down near the 40-yard line. It's a 32-yard return. Well, a great night of television. CBS Monday begins with Yes Dear and Still Standing, then Everybody Loves Raymond, and the new hit comedy 2.5 Men, followed by Monday's #1 drama CSI Miami. Plus the Late Show with David Letterman Monday here on CBS, America's most watched network, with Randy Cross, Kevin Harlan in Oakland. Three receivers, but Sharp, the tight end, will be wide atop your screen. They've got Smith and McCaffrey low. Plummer 5 of 7, throwing 1st and 10 near the 40, and he dumps it off, dropped by Portis, incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10.
It was a nice job by the Raiders defense, sort of ignoring the window dressing. You talked about Sharp being spread on the top of the screen and wide receivers at the bottom of the screen, and the Raiders defense did a very nice job of saying yeah, and just keeping an eye on Clinton Portis. You know, because if you're them, you're going to say, I'm keeping track of Portis. I'm worried about this running game of Denver, number one. I'm not worried about Shannon Sharpe if he tries to play wide receiver. At this point, Shannon Sharpe will not beat you deep.
2nd down and 10 for the 6-5 Denver Broncos at their own 40. Here comes Clinton Portis. A block by Ben Hamilton and by Sharpe. The gain is up to the 46, and he kind of ran out of real estate and picks up 6 yards on the play. Asumawa, the rookie from Cal, was there.
And that's a nice addition, too. If you're going to get Shannon Sharpe out there at wide receiver, and you get to use him as a blocker. You know, in that case, he was out there working against Phillip Buchanan. He's got the injections in his ribs, so he's able to get up there and get the hands in, drive, shadow, hold. That is excellent technique because that holding is going on inside the frame of the body.
5 in the secondary. 3rd and 4 from the Bronco 46. Here's Plummer outside, bobbled and dropped by Sharpe, covered on the play by Napoleon Harris. That is the 4th dropped Denver pass today. Plummer frustratingly goes to the sideline, and the Broncos have got to punt the ball.
Well, you hear the term, boy, that's going to hurt in the morning. Well, when that stuff that Shannon Sharpe's got in his rib cartilage wears off, that fall right down there into the nice cold wet ground sliding around is going to feel real nice come morning time.
Maybe even in this. Remember Steve McNair last year in the Meadowlands?
About the middle of the 4th quarter is when it starts wearing off.
So they got a punt. This is the 3rd punt today. He's
already
already
stop play.
Yep.
That was going to be a first. It's going to be a first down for the Denver Broncos.
No team has been penalized more or had more penalty yards called against them than the Oakland Raiders. How about this for a break for Denver?
Encroachment, number 83, defense, 5 yards. By measurement, that's a first down.
That's O.J. Santiago, who you remember blocked the punt back in the 1st quarter, which rolled in the end zone for a safety.
Now the Raiders are going crazy, saying they were drawn up. Watch just above the center. See the head bob up and down. There's no real overt movement there by the inside of the line until after Santiago comes across. That's just bad concentration. You're in there that close to the center. All you have to look at is the ball. If the ball doesn't move, stay still. Hard concept, huh?
Hape is at the bottom of your screen. The other receivers were Lee and Smith. 1st down and 10. Handoff to Portis. Finds a hole and busting through. He's brought down by Harris and also by Bromell. A 16-yard burst to the 33 of the Raiders.
You know, something that happens to a defense, you get the ghost reverse look coming this way by this offense. Portis comes this way. It freezes these linebackers. They're thinking ghost reverse. Excellent job by Nalen getting out there and getting a good turn block. And Clinton Portis is so quick, he's past the linebackers in a blink if they hesitate at all because of that ghost reverse.
Base defense. Tight end is Carswell. Drones in motion. 1st and 10, 33. And it's Portis again with the tackle by Napoleon Harris to the 29, 28-yard line and a gain of 5.
Yeah, you know, you talk about Clinton Portis and his speed, and you only have to look at his average per carry to tell you where he sort of ranks these days among NFL running backs. I mean, LaDainian Tomlinson is an incredibly talented running back down there in San Diego playing for a terrible football team, but Clinton Portis has done a job with this offensive line of getting yards in huge chunks, and huge chunks also applies right now to the job the Denver offense is doing with the ball. But hey, they had all kinds of stats last week too, and they lost 19-10 to Chicago. If you don't finish things off and you don't execute, stats are superfluous.
Shaw has taken the place of Buchanan, a 4-3-4 defensive look. It is 2nd down, long 5 from the 28 of Oakland, and Clinton Portis with a good block from Lexus and a block from Carswell, and that opens the door in a 1st down run. Dorsett the tackle. It's a gain of 11 to the 17-yard line.
When you're playing defense against this offense, you're thinking cut black. You're thinking I can't over pursue. But what this offense adds now with Portis that they do is a little bit different even from the old days of Terrell Davis. They'll start onside and they'll stay onside. And that speed, when you hesitate, buys you that onside burst of Clinton Portis.
Buchanan stays out. Shaw at the corner. It is a 1st down. 2 tight ends, Hape and Carswell, 17-yard line of the Raiders. Clinton Portis, mammoth hole. closed quickly. Asamoah makes the grab at about the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 3.
Yeah, mission accomplished. You gained almost 4 yards. So now you're looking at 2nd and 6. And now if you're Chuck Bresnahan, the defensive coordinator of the Oakland Raiders, you're in a little bit of a tentative situation, because you don't know if you're going to get a play action fake of maybe the exact same thing you just got. And if your linebackers overreact, they're going to drag a receiver back behind you, and then you're running danger of getting a quick score knocked right in you here by this offense. So
Salam and Brockermeyer have been switching every series at left tackle.
Well, the most significant thing about that is it hasn't hurt him, because usually you can't alternate linemen and not be hurt by it.
Timeout taken by Shanahan.